Welcome back to Brightpoint Infotech Podcast. Today we are diving deep into how Microsoft Dynamics 365 Business Central is empowering manufacturing businesses to thrive into today's competitive market. Joining me is Shannon Walsh, our sales head for North America. Shannon, it's great to have you back with us today.
Thanks, Prem. As always, great to be here. And as manufacturing, in recent years has gone through a whirlwind of changes.
Right.
I'm excited to talk about Microsoft Dynamics Business Central and how it's helping businesses not just survive, but thrive in this evolving landscape that we're in.
Absolutely, Shannon. And the pandemic, left quite a mark on manufacturing, especially
Yeah.
with all the supply chain disruptions. But post-pandemic, manufacturers saw the need for something robust and adaptable, an ERP solution that could keep up with the shifting demands. So let's kick things off with a question that's on everybody's mind, Shannon. What's the biggest reason you think manufacturers are looking at Dynamics 365 Business Central today?
Yeah, what we've been seeing in the market, I mean, the biggest draw of Microsoft Dynamics Business Central for manufacturers, is how well it adapts to their needs. So I'll use the analogy like a Swiss Army knife for SMB size businesses, so small, medium size businesses. It doesn't just solve one problem, and it tackles the entire process. So whether it's managing production schedules or tracking inventory, it's all connected, right?
Right.
So plus, being a cloud-based, solution means that these SMB manufacturers, they can access their data on the go, which is a huge advantage in staying agile and responsive in this market and setting yourself up for a growth-based mindset.
Right. That's key, Shannon, especially when it comes to
Yeah.
data security and accessibility in a remote friendly world. I read that, in a recent Forrester study that showed a 172% ROI for companies using Business Central over 3 years. What do you think it's so impactful in terms of ROI?
Yeah, I mean, Business Central, manufacturers, they can essentially say goodbye to those massive upfront costs that some of the traditional ERPs have, often bring. So it is a subscription-based model, and that's much easier on the budget. Look at it as more of an operational type expense. But beyond the cost savings, it is about efficiency. So centralizing operations, finance, order processing, forecasting. I mean, you're cutting out inefficiencies, and that directly impacts the bottom line. So it's like getting, more done with fewer resources, so to speak.
Right, Shannon. Efficiency is everything, especially with such thin
Yeah.
margins. So let's talk about the features that really stand out in manufacturing module. What's one feature that you think manufacturers overlook but should be paying more attention to?
Yeah, I mean, we've gotten feedback here from our clients here and what we're seeing in the market. I would say capacity planning, hands down. I mean, it's one of those features that always gets the spotlight, but can make a massive difference. So if you think about it, if you're constantly playing catch up with production demands, you're either overworking your resources or running into late delays, right? So capacity planning can help strike that balance, so ensuring that you're using your resources effectively and staying ahead of the curve. So it's one of those tools where once you start using it, you'll wonder how you manage without it, right?
Right, that's interesting. Often businesses focus on inventory, but capacity planning seems like a real game changer. And speaking of which, let's talk about inventory forecasting. With all the supply chain unpredictability, how does Business Central help manufacturers stay a step ahead when it comes to managing inventory?
Yeah, no, you hit the nail on the head there when it comes to all the disruption in supply chain. But so yeah, industry has definitely been leading, focusing on that
Mm.
inventory forecasting, which is really, a lifesaver. So especially with how, like I mentioned, how unpredictable supply chains have become. So what our clients really like about Business Central, is how it takes historical data and combines it with the real-time insights to help plan smarter. So it's not just about knowing, what's in stock. It's about anticipating what you'll need and when. So that foresight, lets manufacturers stay proactive, ordering materials before they're in short supply, or scaling back to avoid that overstock. So it's all about finding that sweet spot, in our experience.
Right. So it's like having a crystal ball for your supply chain. So
Yeah.
now let's talk about one of the broader impacts of Business Central, enhancing customer service and sales. How does an ERP system focused on manufacturing, translate into a better customer experience? If you can share some insights on that.
Yeah, I mean, Business Central's transparency has been a huge win for customer service. When it comes to sales, our customer service teams, like I mentioned, they have that real time access, to production schedules,
Hmm.
to inventory levels, and they set that expectations that that are actually achievable. So customers tend then to appreciate the honesty and the accuracy, especially when it comes to delivering delivery timelines, right? So it builds trust and helps those relationships strong, for sure.
Right. It's all about transparency. Customer wants to know what's
Yeah.
happening behind the scenes. And another critical aspect I've been curious about is resource optimization. How does Business Central handle the challenge of balancing equipment, labor, and materials?
I mean, it pulls together forecasts, available capacity, and even planned maintenance, to create that well-rounded view of resource allocations, right? So whether it is things like labor, materials, or equipment, you're using what you have in the most efficient way possible. And if something changes, like a sudden spike in demand, you can adjust then in real time. And that level of adaptability is crucial for staying competitive.
Right. It sounds like it's designed for adaptability, which is essential for a fast-paced
Yeah.
environment. Now, many manufacturers are also concerned with quality control. Can Business Central help improve quality of the product as well?
Absolutely. I mean, quality control, it's baked into the manufacturing module, so you can monitor every stage of production. So if something goes off track, it's flagged immediately. This means manufacturers can address issues before they snowball into bigger problems. So it's about maintaining high standards while minimizing, waste and rework.
Right. Quality, efficiency, transparency. It seems like Business
Yeah.
Central covers it all. And for any mid-sized manufacturers still on the fence, what's one thing that you would say to convince them that Business Central is the way forward?
Business Central is your chance to consolidate, simplify, and supercharge your operations. So it's not just about solving today's problems. It's about setting yourself up for success in a market that's constantly changing. So the fact that it's cloud based
Hmm.
means that you're future proofing your business without worrying about any massive overhauls down the line.
Perfectly said, Shannon. Business Central is not just about managing today's challenges, it's about setting manufacturing up for the future success. And thank you so much, Shannon, for sharing these insights.
Thank you. Really appreciate your time.
Thanks for tuning in. And if you're interested in how Business Central can transform your manufacturing businesses, please reach out to us. And until next time, this is Premjit Singh and Shannon Walsh signing off. Thank you so much, Shannon, once again.